here at Long Beach City Hall for National Gun Violence Awareness Day 2025. I want to begin by sincerely thanking Memorial Care for partnering with us to host this important event. Your leadership and commitment to community health and safety means so much. I'd also like to thank all of our incredible partners for helping make today possible. The Long Beach Fire Department, the Long Beach Police Department, Dignity Health St. Mary Medical Center, Long Beach Health and Human Services, Long Beach Medical Center, and Millard's Children's and Women's Hospital. And of course, thank you to all of today's speakers and participants for joining us in raising awareness and pushing for change. We held this event here last year, and I'm so glad that we were able to come together again this year as a community committed to action, remembrance, and healing. Thank you to each of you, our speakers, our partners, and attendees for standing with us today in solidarity. Every year, we wear orange to honor the lives taken and forever changed by gun violence. This day serves as both a remembrance and a call to action. Across the country, orange has become a symbol of the movement to end gun violence. And right here in Long Beach, we are committed to doing our part. No community is untouched by this issue. As we see rising incidents of gun violence nationwide, it is more critical than ever that we work together to save lives, raise awareness, and empower each other to act. Now I'm honored to introduce our first speaker. Please welcome Mayor Rex Richardson.
All right, well, let's hear it for Memorial Care, keeping up this tradition every single year, bringing us together to acknowledge that we can make a difference on gun violence when we work together. It's so good to see so many of you out here in your orange. What a great turnout this is. This is bigger than last year, right? Absolutely. I want to acknowledge all the incredible first responders that we have with us, our firefighters, our police officers, and our nurses and our trauma units. All of these are frontline in our community. Let's hear it for all of our first responders. We also have our councilwoman with us, Cindy Allen. Cindy, thank you so much for bringing this event every year and partnering with us to make this happen. So today is National Gun Violence Awareness Day, otherwise known as Wear Orange Day. I found a good reason to wear this suit. I don't get to wear it often. I typically wear blue or brown or gray as a mayor. But today, we get to wear orange. And all of you get to wear orange. But it's not just about wearing orange. It's about awareness and education that we can make a difference when we focus and work together. We can address gun violence in California and across the nation. Every year, during the summer months, when school lets out, we tend to see more incidents of violence and youth violence during that period of time. And these typically have a disproportionate impact on communities of color, youth of color, and low-income neighborhoods. Everyone deserves to have a city and a neighborhood and a safe and fun and memorable summer. Summer should be a time of celebration, a time of taking a break and relaxing, especially our youth. They deserve an opportunity and a chance to mature in the neighborhoods that are safe and engaged and activated. The best way to ensure that and the best way to prevent violence is to present opportunity to our youth. Last year, we announced our city's plan for a safe and healthy summer, the Strong Beach Initiative, standing together to reach our next generation. This was bringing our partners together, community-based organizations, multi-departmental efforts, public and private, and center it on youth and expanding as much opportunity as we can. And since we began the Strong Beach approach, we've seen incredible results. To date, here in Long Beach, we have 27.3% overall reduction in homicides and overall crime down 14.5%. So we are going into the summer with momentum since we've begun working together. So we want to keep this spirit together of unity. We want to keep this momentum, right? We want to carry this progress momentum through the whole summer. So this year, we are continuing the programming that we launched. Our focus is on expanding youth opportunities, expanding data-driven, data-informed violence prevention measures, and by engaging our community continually and intentionally. By keeping our youth and keeping our neighborhoods active all summer, and by investing in data-driven community policing strategies to deter violence, we'll be able to ensure that every Long Beach resident has a safe and enjoyable and a memorable and a vibrant summer. And as part of the FY25 budget announced last August, we continued the funding for free neighborhood block parties because positive social interaction is also a way to reduce violence. So we'll see you out all summer engaging with your neighbors and having a safe, friendly, family-friendly events. Furthermore, we're working with our workforce agency, LB Win, Long Beach Workforce Investment Network. We're hosting a kickoff of our Summer Youth Jobs Initiative. We're gonna hire 750 to 800 youth in Long Beach this summer, and it begins now. So Friday, June 13th, that's right, Friday, June 13th, you can find internships, career resources, food, and more. Come learn about the opportunities for summer work. So we're not just going to respond to violence. We're going to prevent the violence. We're going to work together to uplift and join hands and make sure no one ever feels the need to pick up a gun and use it, because they have all the opportunities and all the resources that they need to succeed. You can learn more about Strong Beach at longbeach.gov/opportunity and find summer activities for kids, for teens, for young adults at longbeach.gov/summer. We're all in this together. Let's keep working together to make sure everyone in Long Beach has a safe and a healthy and a gun-free summer here in the city of Long Beach. Thank you very much. And now I want to introduce Council Member Cindy Allen.
Well, thank you, Mayor, for that very important message. I'm excited about what's happening right now in the city, and we're heading in the right direction. And also to see so many people here today is really incredible. This is better than last year, so next year will even be better. So thank you for your attendance. I want to begin by thanking Memorial Care and its dedicated team members for the incredible partnership and also hosting this event today. Let's give them a round of applause. Their continued leadership in trauma care and community health really does make a huge difference in people's lives. I also want to thank our community partners who are here this morning. Your presence and commitment is a testament to the power of collaboration, and as a collective, we make a safer and healthier neighborhood. So as you know, today is June 6th. It's the National Gun Violence Awareness Day, and it's a day to set aside and remember those who have been taken from us and remember those whose lives have been forever changed due to gun violence. It's also a day to raise our voices and demand that we do more to protect our neighborhoods, our communities, to support the survivors, and to do everything that we can do in our power to prevent these senseless tragedies. We come together in grief, but we come together in purpose. Gun violence is not just a statistic. It's a deeply personal and preventable crisis that affects families, individuals, neighborhoods, and communities, not only in Long Beach, but across our entire country. Its consequences are devastating, leaving behind pain, loss, and lasting trauma. That trauma just doesn't go away. We see the impact of gun violence right here in the city of Long Beach. We see it in the stories that are shared to us by our residents, and the work of our first responders, and in the cases that come through our hospitals. I can tell you this, no city is immune. That's why today is so important. An opportunity to say, enough is enough. It's a chance to reaffirm our commitment to prevention, intervention, and to community healing. I want to express my heartfelt thanks to our public safety teams, the Long Beach Police Department and the Long Beach Fire Department. You are often the ones who are very first on the scene. You put your lives on the line to protect us. And I thank you for your courage. And to our hospital teams, especially Memorial Care, thank you for your life-saving efforts that you provide every day. I can tell you personally, I pray for each and every one of your safeties, police and fire, all of our first responders, our nurses. I pray for your protection, and I just think that you have picked a life of public service, and I thank you for all that you do. From emergency trauma services to community education, your work is absolutely essential to our residents to heal. So we wear orange today to raise awareness and our commitment to action. We honor those we've lost by building a future where this kind of violence no longer defines our communities. So thank you again for standing together, for showing up, and for continuing to believe that it's possible when we lead with compassion, urgency, and unity. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you very much, Councilwoman Allen. Now, please welcome Teal Samuels, Violence Prevention Program Manager from the Long Beach Department of Health and Human Services.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'll start by introducing myself. My name is Teal Samuels, and I'm the Violence Prevention Manager for the City of Long Beach Health Department. And I am humbled to be in front of you all today and to be able to do this work. As part of my role, I have to be aware of and plan for the lives lost in Long Beach due to gun violence. Every night, I anxiously sit by my phone, hoping it doesn't ring, hoping I don't get that call from dispatch. And that's because every call I receive induces a pain that is felt deep within my soul. And the truth is, it never gets easier. Regardless, it is important that I feel the weight of it. Because while my heart breaks with every report, I know it's only a fraction of what is felt by those directly impacted. Parents, siblings, friends, neighbors, entire communities. These are not just names in a report. These are lives cut short and families changed forever. That's why we gathered, to remember, to speak their names, and to demand better. Let's look at the facts. Nationally, firearms are the leading cause of death for children and teens in the United States. In Los Angeles County, gun violence is one of the leading causes of premature death, especially among Black and Latino youth. And right here in Long Beach, while some cities saw reductions in homicide rates, we saw a slight increase. In 2023, there were 26 murders, compared to 2024, in which we saw 38. Let that sink in. That's 38 lives lost. That's 38 families grieving, and countless people asking, when will this end? But I'm not here to call anyone out. I'm here to call us all in. Because now more than ever, the residents of Long Beach are looking to us to show up, to speak up, and to step up. And we can't do this alone. We need a city united. We need our community-based organizations. We need our faith-based leaders, our schools. We need our law enforcement. We need our youth. And we need every resident pulling in the same direction. I'm reminded of something a good brother of mine from the city often says. It's an African proverb that grounds our work. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Let's choose to go far, together. For our city, for our youth, and for every name and face we wear orange for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Teal. Now I'd like to welcome Fire Chief Dennis Buchanan from the Long Beach Fire Department.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. Before I start, let's give a good hand to Memorial Care for putting this together. I want to acknowledge the great words from our Mayor Richardson and Councilwoman Allen, and thank you so much for those nice words from the Health Department. So gun violence. I'm looking around, I see a lot of color orange here. For first responders, orange symbolizes safety and prevention. And when we're thinking about safety with gun violence, we need to spread that word out there within our community. See, gun violence is very close to the hearts of Long Beach Fire Department. Just 6 years ago, I lost a fellow captain. You guys are well aware of Captain David Rosa. And my men and women still hurt on that incident. But we're committed to spread the message of the awareness of stopping gun violence. And today we stand in solidarity with all of the victims and survivors of gun violence. And I encourage everybody here today, yes, we're wearing orange, but today, take that orange and also spread it throughout your community. And throughout the year, when you wear the color orange, talk to your neighbors, your family members, your co-workers about gun violence, about correctly storage of firearms, and what we could do to prevent gun violence. This group right here that's committed today, as we spread this word, the impact you have on the city of Long Beach should be tremendous. And we could do that. Also, the impact it has on the Long Beach Fire Department and Long Beach Police Department. The men and women that work for those two departments are impacted emotionally and physically when we respond on gun violence. And I guarantee you that we'll continue to spread that message on safety. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for your commitment. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Buchanan. Please welcome Commander Jensen from the Long Beach Police Department.
Morning, my name is Scott Jensen. I am the Special Investigations Division Commander here for the Long Beach Police Department, and thank you for inviting me to join you all here today. The safety of our community is the top priority of our police department, and we appreciate events like this that bring awareness to the efforts to end gun violence. Our officers work tirelessly around the clock to proactively find and arrest prohibited possessors, those in possession of illegal firearms, and violent offenders who cause harm to our community. Violence is not tolerated in our city. Community engagement is critical in our efforts to keep our community safe. This summer, we're investing in efforts such as having our neighborhood safety bike team, who have joined us here today, out in our parks and open spaces. Extending our park activations to include 20 parks throughout the city of Long Beach to build and strengthen relationships between residents of the community and officers in their neighborhoods. Conducting high-risk prevention workshops at all 16 sites through Parks, Recreation, and Marine. Partnering with Boys and Girls Clubs to provide leadership and mentorship opportunities. Hosting our Youth Leadership Academy at Jordan High School, where we will provide a platform for Long Beach High School students to develop essential leadership skills while fostering positive relationships with law enforcement. And we're excited to be partnering with neighborhood groups once again in National Night Out coming up here on August 5th. This is part of our commitment to building strong relationships within local neighborhoods, as relationships are a critical component of trust. Our community safety takes all of us. That's why we're pleased to continue to partner with our neighborhood groups, businesses, city departments, law enforcement, and criminal justice partners to keep everyone safe and to bring awareness to gun violence. Thank you.
Thank you, Commander Jensen. And now, please join me in welcoming Dr. Frazier, Trauma Medical Director at Long Beach Medical Center, along with Stephanie Garcia, Vice President of Operations for Long Beach Medical Center and Miller Children's Hospital.
I'd like to start off by saying thank you so much for everybody coming. 4 years ago, we started this in our own hospital, And it's amazing to see how we have grown as a community to really bring awareness to gun violence. As an organization, as a hospital, Memorial Care is dedicated to the overall health of the community should you need us. But our goal is that you won't need us because we will have prevented the senseless acts of violence. So we hope to never have to encounter visits with you, but should you need us, we will stand there alongside you. And we're very thankful for our community members, such as our fire department, police department, and all of our community members for rallying around to assure that we are doing the very best for our community to ultimately end this. At this point in time, I'd like to reintroduce Dr. Frazier and thank him for all of his hard work that him and the team have done to get this up and running.
Thanks, Stephanie. It seems like yesterday I was in your office interviewing for the position here, and time flies. It's already been a year plus. So just want to echo the comments with Mayor Rex Richardson and Councilwoman Allen as far as prevention, education in our schools, our discussions that we have at home about teaching kids about guns that are not safe, they're not toys. By the time that those discussions happen there, you get to the needing help, and our police department are usually arriving first, and sometimes that's too late. And then after that, the fire department arrives, and maybe they're still surviving and need to get to the trauma center. And oftentimes, by the time we get to us, the damage is done. And that's not done just for the victim that was shot. The person that did the shooting, their life is usually ruined too, and their families, and the grieving that goes on. So the impact, the wave effect from a single act can affect tons and tons of people. But we're very grateful for the EMS services that we have here that are at the ready always and put their life on the line. I have my commemorative Captain Rosa shirt on today, supporting. A senseless act, you think about going into a structure fire, and the next thing you know, there's shots being fired. It doesn't make sense. They have enough safety issues as it is in an active fire, but having a shooting at the same time, my heart goes out to them. Gun violence is not just an enforcement issue. Everyone always thinks like the laws and the rules. It's a public health crisis from our standpoint of what we see and the impact we see. Patients that come in, oftentimes they do survive, but they might be paralyzed. I had a young gentleman that was known to a lot of people, and he was paralyzed from the neck down. Drastically changing your life forever. Even though they survive. So it's not just about the ones that don't make it. As of April 2025, we had over 110 shootings just in the first 4 months in Long Beach. And in 2024, we treated over 135 gunshot victims, and 14 of those were kids. So no one is immune to this. A bullet knows no socioeconomic borders. It knows nothing. It will go right through anybody at any time and destroy a life. We see this tragedy firsthand every single day in our Level 2 Trauma Center. St. Mary's is down the street from us, and they see it as well. And we are here if you need us, but we really hope you don't need us. We don't need that kind of job security. We don't want this kind of stuff as job security, and enough is really enough. We have to work together as a city, a health system, community, education, and make meaningful change, as the African proverb, as far as going slowly as a group and really making change as opposed to just trying to, have one day a year is not going to be enough just to put on a color of orange and think that, the problem is resolved. It's just the beginning of our efforts. So, gun violence starts in the city, but it really ends in our hospitals often. And oftentimes they don't even make it to the hospital and ends right on your city streets. And it's a very sad day for us. I can't think of worse times I've had to have family members rushing in and then having to go out there to that trauma waiting room and tell them that their loved one is no longer here on this earth. And the absolute gut-wrenching pain and crying and those feelings, your worst day is our every day at the trauma center, and it still doesn't get any easier. And we see this, and so I just want to thank Edna and Tasia and Giles and our team and Amber and everybody, put this on and the efforts. We've had these banners and stuff stacked outside our offices for weeks in preparation. I want to thank the mayor and the councilwoman just for your time and support as well in this venue. And most importantly, our fire and police. We couldn't have patience without you guys. So, please go home and at least mention something tonight, about guns and whether locking up the gun better, or we do those gun exchanges where you can anonymously bring a gun down and they'll give you gift cards and you don't even have to talk about where you got that weapon as long as we can get it off the streets. So thank you very much. I just my entire family's here today. My dad's here. Everybody I know in my entire loved one circle, they're all out here wearing orange and supporting everything. So it is definitely, it hits home, and we need to do better. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you both for being here with us today. Thank you again to all of our speakers and everyone who came out today. We'll now transition to our gun violence rally, but before that, I'd like to welcome anyone wearing orange who would like to join us up here in the front for a group photo.
Anyone can come up, Cynthia. Uniform.
Anyone who would like to come and join us in the photo can please come up.